Jai Gurudev students. Today in our history class, we are going to start new chapter, Understanding Partition. In this chapter, first of all, we will examine whether this event was a Holocaust or the simply partition. So, dear student, during the partition, pervasive violence was occurred. Pervasive means all around the country there was an atmosphere of violence. Several 100,000 people were killed. So many women or innumerable women were killed, raped and kidnapped. It is very difficult to estimate the casualties, but able scholars have estimated that near about 2 to 5 lakhs people were killed in partition-related violence, and 15 million people had to move across in both the new countries. When they crossed the shadow lines means the boundary lines of both the countries. But after the partition, next 2 days there was no clear guidelines or the clear distinctions for the people about the boundary line of both the countries. So when they crossed the shadow lines, they stumbled, they became homeless, they lost all their movable and immovable property and assets. They became deprived from their moorings. Moorings means from their roots, houses, fields and livelihoods. They were also deprived from their childhood memories and were forced to begin their life from scratch, being deprived from their local and regional cultures. Now the question arises that was this simply a partition or a less orderly constitutional arrangement or an agreed upon division of territories and assets? Or should it be called a 16-month civil war? Meanwhile, we should not forget that there were well-organized forces on both the sides and concerted attempts to wipe out the whole population as enemies. Those who survived in this partition, they use some other terms for this incident, like martial law. Instead of martial law, they used to say martial law, maramari, rola or huller. Contemporary observers and scholars have used the term Holocaust for the partition because they wanted to show the severeness of this destruction and genocidal war. So my dear students, some of the historians call it Holocaust. If we use the term partition, we are not able to understand its severeness because the term partition hides many things. But when the term Holocaust is used, we can understand its severeness and its impacts. You all have read about German Holocaust in class 9th.